So here we have the Ford Kuga Z-Tech Power Shift, which is the automatic on an 18 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside, you can see that it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll see we have plenty of boot space, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. The seats are as good as new. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter, and on the right-hand side, the speedometer. At the bottom in the middle, we have the fuel gauge and coolant temperature gauges. And then above that, within the trip computer, you can see the total miles on this car of 8,173. You can change information in the main section of that trip computer by pressing buttons on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. You can see there we have a digital readout for the speedometer. There's various different pieces of fuel economy information available, or you can have kind of the 4 main elements on display, and then we're back round to the digital readout again. If we back out to the steering wheel, the buttons I was using a moment ago are these ones on the left. Beneath that, we've got cruise control and speed limiter. Over on the right-hand side, we've got stereo controls as well as voice activation for the phone. Hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it will do that for you without you having to take your phone from your bag or pocket. That is, of course, once you paired up your phone, and that is done using the stereo in the center and the screen directly above it. So you can see at the moment there it's saying that no phone is paired, but that is where you can pair it most certainly. So when it comes to the radio, we have DAB, AM and FM available to us. If you want to listen to your own music, you can do. There's a CD player. You can plug in a USB device to either of the 2 USB inputs, and we have Bluetooth audio, which I think you probably saw briefly just pop up there. And if we back out to the actual unit itself, you can see the CD player at the top of that unit, and the buttons I was using just a moment ago here. We have the main volume for the stereo on the left-hand side there. Underneath that, we have the air conditioning. So we can select the temperature, fan speed, direction of the airflow here. When you're happy with all of those settings, that button will turn the air conditioning on or off. This car's also got a proper heated front and rear screen available. Below that, we have this button here. So this car's got stop and start, which means it's designed to cut out in traffic to save you fuel. Hit that button to turn that system off or back on again. We then have the fully automatic gearbox, a 12-volt charging socket so you can charge your phone or a satellite navigation, and then inside the central armrest, we have a USB input just there. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.